All right, ladies and gentlemen, the state of Chad Parento is fucked as the union is, but the state of Stone Soup is strong. Thank you all for joining us today, and we are. The state of Stone Soup has to be strong if you guys, despite all my incompetence, found a way to come to Stone Soup. You are the true super fans, and I salute you. And I am on my way to getting this started. I will say this, a lot of my time was from today was, actually this week, was preparing Black Lives Matter material for Oddball Magazine. If you go to oddballmagazine.com, there's a lot of amazing work from Jordan King, Dexter Roberts, who you're familiar with from this open mic, if not all the other times he's been at Stone Soup. And as the saying goes, many, many more. We are about to start. And later I'll have a link on my website to a poem that was published in Headline Poetry and Press. It is called What Rough Beast Born, which is a found poem of the last, I think probably the last public appearance of Donald Trump's. If you've seen my last two found poem, eraser poems on Trump, this one's going to be a doozy. This one was an hour-and-a-half talk he did. The longest one I had to do. It was 37 pages, almost 34 pages of transcript.
Wow.
And hour and a half, and I whittled it down to 22 pages, given that I line break after every word. So this thing is a beast, and I'm actually proud of it because it took about a work day to finally get it, sit down with everything and get it done and get it written and get it sent to Hawkins, who's the head of Headline Poetry Press. And she just announced to me, I think it was around 6 o'clock that she finally printed it. And I am quite excited, but that's for another time. And so we're going to get to the nitty of the gritty, the nittiest of the grittiest, and the firstest of the never so worstest. Bear with me, people. I'm about to eat tomato soup, and I'm putting cheese puffs in them. In it. Let's welcome up Patricia Carrigan. Oh, let me actually, before I do anything, I have to get the chat window up so I can mute everyone on command. Not to censor everyone, but to make sure people are quiet for it. And you guys have been incredibly quiet in your patience, so I appreciate that, though I know you've been talking amongst yourselves. So I'm going to mute you all right now. And I'm going to bring us to our first participant on the open mic. Let's welcome up Patricia Carrigan.
Thank you. Strange Fruit, inspired by Billie Holiday. Asphyxiation knows the hangman's knot, hands pressing down on necks and chests, and taking of knees to crush black breath. A systemic virus, a firestorm travels north, south, east, and west. Sweet magnolias with blood on leaves and stems burn alongside flesh and cities. An upside-down Bible, an upside-down government, an upside-down flag at half-mast. Trees bear strange fruit, never-ending harvests rot across the land. Thank you.
Well, not even some air fingers? Come on. Or jazz fingers, I think that's what David Miller called it last time, one of the last times. Thanks so much, Patricia. And we're going to mute everyone again for the first part of this round robin. And we're going to bring us to the next person onto the open mic. And let's welcome up CC Ashagra.
Back in 17, I spent months writing a new manuscript called True Love or Bust. So since I already gave my political rant in the beginning, I'm going to go with the love poem. Maybe this is a love poem, but that's what it's meant to be. All truths come. Alone, truths come to die in honesty's arms. At the end of every war is within you. as the constant and fearlessly lived questions wait here. Harmless is. Harmless is all. Harmless is all there is. Harmlessness is all there is beyond. Harmlessness is all there is beyond every reality. To harm none is all there is beyond every reality of fear. Home here needs no housed lie. Together, truths apart are always releasing their hold. Apart is made of trust creations in wait at the end of war. To be alive with you, with all truths coming home to honesty. Honesty cannot be still true now. All truths come to bow to all honesty. Honesty lives alone as all truths. All truths come to bow to all honesty. All miracles come. You are now unharmed. And you have this root soul seed within you born. Grow on through every death was. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep it going a little longer for CC.
What? Oh yeah, okay.
Just keeping the jazz hands and the applause going a little bit longer. Because it takes, for some reason I get paused, when it pauses when I unmute all or mute anyone. So it's very strange.
You're doing fine. The self-deprecation is overkill. You're loved.
Oh, I know. And keep in mind, for anyone who's watching this on YouTube, yes, I'm eating a bowl of soup. And yes, I am putting Planters cheese balls because they're apparently back, baby. And they're better than anything else on the market. I mean, everything gets changed. I was a big Cheetos fan growing up. I love Jack's, but you can't find them anymore. And Planters probably is using the wood shavings off the floor as part of their original ingredient recipe since 1903. So God bless them for that. And God bless my girlfriend for coming up with this life hack. This is the woman I'm going to marry for you people. Okay. Oh, the way this show derails when I just say fuck it. Anyway, let's go next to someone who's probably watching with her jaw down on her lap. I don't know because you're joining us by phone and not by video. My goal next week is hope to have a feature and to have Martha Voss join us. And again, because I miss her witty repertoire, so I am hoping she makes it. But for now, I'm glad, and I'm hoping to get David Agee because I think he has heard that there's shows again, and we haven't heard from him in a long time. Now since we transferred over to the, I don't think we even saw him during the 13th when we went to the Brew on the Grid from a while ago. So it'll be great to have him back. But for now, let's be thankful for the people who we have here and have been waiting patiently. And thank you for your help earlier, ma'am. Miss Nancy Dotson, everyone. Nancy, you're up. Nancy, are you ready? Uh-oh. Nancy Dotson, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, it's your turn.
Thank you. Anger. Out of my living room window, I see a blue jay that swoops like a plane. His feet touch the back of a squirrel over and over again. Scolding, scolding, the bird cries, "Don't eat the bird seed. No, no." The squirrel replies, "Ouch, ouch. I'm alive and I need to eat or I will die." The squirrel freezes. Then on the third swoop, He runs from the hurtful jay, down the trellis to the ground and over the fence in the neighbor's yard. The squirrel is seen no more. The blue jay is flying away. Mission accomplished. His blue coat matches the heavenly sky, but this is not a heaven-bound bird. Oh, thank
I
you,
like that a
Nancy.
lot. Thank you so much,
Thank
Nancy.
you.
I hope you have a poem for the second round robin, but
Yes, I do.
yes, and someone who I know definitely does have material for us. Let's unmute him. You know him as many people. Pencil Guy Bill, Thong Guy Bill, James Madison. Do not call him Hamilton. Let's welcome up Bill.
Okay. Today, first of all, I don't know how many of you have been having the same problems that I have been having with the being stuck inside and quarantined, and your evil twin begins to manifest. I don't know how many of you have evil twins, but you know they're coming, and the intensity of it all. So, Chad, you might have to do some of the color announcement for Nancy and Carol who can't see, but I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that I was at least properly attired and protected from, there we go. I am now wearing one of the most glorious aluminum hats, which is going to protect me from, well, basically it's to protect me from, the evil twin. So,
Okay.
once there was an evil twin who came and haunted me like sin. I feared then first and for my life that he would come after me with a knife. You never know what evil twins will do. They'll sneak behind you and they'll sneak up. Then you will be screwed. Never trust your evil. They'll get.
Okay, I don't know how much of that was intended, but for those who don't know, for those who couldn't see, we have computer screens, and apparently Bill's evil twin, exact lookalike of Bill, crept behind Bill and took him. So that was pretty ingenious, and that was through the magic of computer screens, and that was pretty amazing. And I can't wait to see the playback for that. Oh God, Carol, someday when I see you again, I'm gonna have to show you exactly what happened, because that was brilliant. All these things, evil twin abduction, cheese puffs with tomato soup, and more might actually happen at Stone Soup at any given time. Holy Moses. I might even take off my hat and expose my bald head. Psych. Anyway, let us go now to the next person on the open mic. And hopefully Bill will be able to join us later. I'll say this for Bill. He's making the YouTube version of this a little bit of an adventure. Wow. Okay. Let's welcome up next. Oh, I think someone's joining us. Oh, Bill Lewis is now joining us back. I'm gonna unmute Bill as soon as I see him, so you all can see what's going on. Right now, I've unmuted everyone. Bill, are you okay? Oh, I gotta unmute you. Sorry, for some reason you came in unmuted. Bill, you okay?
I don't know. It was just so
Bill,
weird.
behind you.
Sitting
Someone's behind you, Bill.
What? Oh my God! Oh my God! He's coming after me! Help! Help! Oh my God! You can't. He's coming.
Can we clap our hands?
The back door's got that bag. No! No! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Okay, for those who didn't get that the second time, Bill's evil twin came out from behind his screen and taunted him again. I gotta say, the resemblance is amazing. I still haven't unmuted everyone, but I don't think I need to anymore. Do you think that's the last we'll hear from him? For now, Bill?
I hope so.
Okay. We're gonna pass you now. You're making the YouTube version of this very interesting, and Carol's so confused, and I feel bad. But the best news is there's no more evil twin attacks, and I'm gonna introduce Carol Weston to the open mic, the one we know and love, Our Lady Queen of Stone Soup, Carol Weston.
Okay. That's right. And I'm on, until 9 o'clock. I'm on this sort of radio thing where we.
Oh yeah, she told me about it. She told me she gave me all the information. So
I think Carol's warding off her nurse, so we'll give her a minute.
Okay. All right, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Isn't that funny? I wrote down.
You should have told her to stay and listen. Are you ready to go, Carol?
Oh, Carol.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're up.
Oh, I didn't hear. I'm sorry. Someone was talking to me. It's okay. Well, when I was failing astronomy at BU, my sister Lydia got married to the felon from Yugoslavia, and I wrote the double star. To hunt some seeming source of light beyond the home, I flew from lamp to lamp of clustered stars, and found most stars shot out for truth are bent to spin in circles narcissistically. At once I heard about the rising of a star, which from beside me shot not long before. And there a star from half the world away had brought its light. Their lines converged. They locked by force of one another's gravity, and drawn from far together they shall trace a spinning double star. And I am glad the place where I began has come to witness such a mystery. Okay.
Yay. Thank you, Carol. Thank you so much, Carol. We are going to move on to the next person, the person who will close out our round robin open mic. He is the man responsible for the weekly column, It's All One Thing, at Oddball Magazine. I know he's got something prepared or already sent to me in light of the recent protests and riots. At least I pray he has. And if not, I'm sure it's still going to be relevant because he's just got that pulse on America that Trump seems to think is in the crotch. That would have been a better, snappier line if I didn't breathe heavy when I said that. Anyway, James might have liked it. Or Jan is at least blushing in the background, and that's making James laugh. Either one, I'll take it. Why not? Let's look for his column, It's All One Thing, at oddballmagazine.com. Shameless plug, check out oddballmagazine.com. Anytime this week, we have been full force over the Black Lives Matter protests and the demonstrations. And my Oddballs journalist at large, my associate, Jack Marty, has taken pictures of both demonstrations on Sunday and Tuesday. And they're out there also part of the Oddball Oeuvre for this week. So check them out, and you may see his stuff again, especially if the demonstrations aren't going to stop anytime soon. I saw demonstrating people on cars on the way home today. Okay, so without any further ado, Mr. James Van Looy. Whoops, let's see, come on, let's unmute this. Oh. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
You're good.
Got me? Okay. So I'm just going to read this little poem. It's called, There's Nothing as Heavy as a Human Body. There's nothing as heavy as a human body to lift. The arms are lead chains. The legs are great stuck stumps of trunks and the trunk cannot be embraced. The head must be supported. Oh, the poor head could loll back and fall off. There's no way to get a hold of that body. Approach it as you may, you'll never see the way to leverage all that prone flesh off the floor and stack all those collapsed bones and all those severed inner joints and all those tendons, ligaments, and sinews that are torn, ripped, flapping as they simmer in the cauldron of the seething, boiling belly pot, where preparations that change us all continue to boil and toil. There's nothing as heavy as a human body.
Oh, I'm fascinated.
Thank you very much.
I don't want to hear it again.
Ready for the second round robin. Well, I don't know. Do you want to do an haiku? It was like kind of like 5 haiku in a row. You could do both. You could repeat the haiku twice. I don't know. Well, we'll wait. I'm surprised you don't have a song for us this time, James. And another question, James. Were you actually at the demonstrations yourself?
I've just been doing my labyrinths. So
But
I actually,
you didn't see any of it?
before they had the big Saturday night one, I was down there and I did my labyrinth, and so it was right there. And I came back actually on Monday and redid it. So that's kind of what I've been doing right now.
Gotcha.
I actually didn't know exactly when the demonstrations were that were happening here, you know, because we didn't have any really going on until, you know, later than a lot of cities.
Oh, that is
peaceful
true.
here.
That is true. Before I go any further, there's someone who seems to have just joined us on a Galaxy tab. Who is that? Okay, whoever just joined us, like as of like a couple of minutes ago, can you hear us? Oh, wait a minute, I might have you muted. Let me correct this potential problem. Okay, whoever it is, oh, they just went off. So, but they weren't even connected by camera or by audio. Okay, maybe it was their attempt to get on, and maybe we'll they're trying again. I'm intrigued. All right, but we'll have them, we'll see what happens at this point. I don't want to keep anyone waiting. So let us do a mute all. And let us go back to the first of us from the first round robin. Oop. And wake up, Patricia. Like I'm one to talk. I'm about to eat a hoagie right now. This is God. If there's people who want to malign me online and just like take a picture of like me at my lowest or me at my most awkward, here's like a picture right now. Why not? But anyway, Patricia's got some timely work for us. She's actually in the trenches, I would say. In New York, and I'm glad she's coping. I'm glad she's still continuing to write, publish. She was just an oddball very recently, and I know she's going to be published very shortly again somewhere. I'll just say try New Pages. That's actually a pretty good one. They just linked something at Voices of Poetry. But anyway, let's go to Patricia Carrigan right now. Back again. Let's unmute you. You're good.
Okay. Send me an angel inspired by the scorpions. Wisdom comes with maturity, but it's hard to be wise when your nation caters to avarice and ignorance. You never saw the storm seize the new year. And like the government, life shuts down for struggle to thrive. Anxiety doesn't believe in social distancing, sends cryptic messages between you and your mask. You did your best, prayed for that miracle that fell prey to lies and deceit. Open your eyes. Your angel left for another Zoom call. Stay locked in your quarantine. Watch gray feathers etched in red. blow off the fire escape.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Patricia. Let's see who is next according to my list. CC Shagra, sir, you are up now. Let me unmute you.
Yeah.
Let me mute all because I don't want anyone. It looks like Mary Jennings is coming in. She's trying to come in. She's letting me know she's having troubles. Hopefully, oh, looks like she's on and she's got the audio. So I'll take care of her in just a minute. And CC, you're on now.
Okay, this is from that same 2017-18 manuscript, True Love or Bust. This one is titled, Once Upon Denial Is. Innocent deeds within reason's arrival. First in thoughts, then behaviors, and it happens. And consciousness is the mirror looking at the hammer in your hand moving closer. Within this first sight is a choice to see there was no reflection. Once upon denial is, your soul no longer matters true. And innocent is never, ever true. Ever and ever again true as premeditated horror. But when you see that you still feel beyond a shattering, you long and search and ever look for the one answer to where do mirrors come from? But one true love plus 0 true deeds equals you still live what becomes a lie was. Innocent deeds within reason's arrival, first in thoughts, then behaviors, and it happens. And consciousness is the mirror, looking at the hammer in your hand moving closer again.
Thank you very much.
That last line is good.
I love that line. That's my favorite line in the book.
Mary Jennings, have you joined us?
Thank you, Carol. It means a lot coming from you. Or from
Mary,
anyone.
is that you who joined us on Galaxy Tab? Uh-oh. Sadly, I don't think Mary's going to be able to join us tonight, or either that or it's Ed Galt. I'm not sure who it is. I have 2 people telling us today that they're having a hard time getting on today. So, Eric, welcome. Did you have any issues that might shine some a light on why we're having difficulties? Oops. Okay, now I can't hear you, and even though you're unmuted, can you? This is very weird. Eric, are you there? Uh-oh, you might want to look at your mic on your end because your audio is not muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're good. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, before I could get into the room, I had to do a Zoom update.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that could be explained why. Let me just let Mary.
Yeah, you either have to go to the Zoom website or to the Play Store.
All right. Well, we'll get to that in a second. I'm just letting our friends know what's going on, and I'm going to give them the other information that they need to sign on, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Da-da-da. Good. So we are all set, and I'm just going to hopefully we'll get this solved by the end of tonight. Hopefully they'll have their chance to speak, and Eric, you can go twice later. For now, we're going to bring us to, let's mute all again. And let's bring us now to Nancy Dotson, who does have a second poem for us now. Nancy, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Baby bird. Tweet, tweet, says baby bird. She descends toward a crumb and picks it up and hops away. The prowling upstairs cat pivots to batter with his paw, but misses as she flies away. The baby bird scurries behind Piggo the squirrel that devours most of the crumbs. Piggo chases another squirrel. The baby bird pecks at a crumb and soars away again. The other squirrel rushes toward the baby bird, but the bird is too nimble. She flies away, oblivious to the attacks.
Thank you, Nancy.
Hi, Cal.
Hi.
Thank you, Nancy. Let's see what we have next. I see I think I see Mary Jennings trying to get in again and again. It really makes me feel bad that this isn't working for her. But
I just sent her a message on Facebook, if that helps. Are you trying to
too? And hopefully something will happen. But we'll get it figured out. Now next. I don't know. There's a lot of drama last time. I hope we can handle this. Bill Lewis, get your cap on. It's time for you to put your aluminum foil hat on. It's time for you to see if you can have an uninterrupted open mic.
So, I have been in 100, 200 protest marches in Boston, anywhere from 20 or 30 people to 10,000. We have faced off with the police very confrontationally on more than one occasion, and no heads were broken. All those years. I was not there on Sunday night, but my friends were. A riot broke out in Boston. It happened in the night. What was supposed to be a peaceful march devolved into a fight. We're told a riot just broke out, as if these things just happen, like people have no self-control, like sparks cannot be dampened. Their leader's black, so we assume that they cannot be racist, but I don't care. But I don't care the names you use. They beat us and they chase us. A riot broke out is what they'll say. And as for the instigators, they'll get away, they always do. Boston protects its traitors. The state is blue, and if you're blue, well, blue protects its blueness. And if you're not, then well, you're screwed, and get ready for some rudeness. It was a riot, no question, and we know by whom it was started. When 3 Boston police cars drove into a crowd, scattering people, and they parted. Let this riot be known by the name it deserves. No one should ever be quiet. This was the night that the city cried out during the Boston Police Department riot.
Thank you so much, Bill. We're going to move next to our other darling on the open mic, joining only by phone. And let's hopefully the nurses haven't bound her. Let's welcome up Carol Weston. Carol, are you ready?
Oh, yes, I'm ready. I'm on a program right now. Yes.
A program.
Just a minute. I am. I'll be over it.
Okay. So should we just hang tight? Should we sing elevator music? What's up?
Electromagnetic spectrum. Oh, Jesus. I drink the light of the visible spectrum and the invisible ultraviolet and infrared. Heave me into these waves from the sun and other stars where I may burn, transform electromagnetic spectrum. You are part of my breathing. I lie down in your color. I bend forward into you. I lean against your light. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. That was great. Thank you so much. Gentleman Galt has joined us.
Finally.
Let me just do a quick mute all, and let's see who is next on the open mic. We'll obviously get to our late arrivals. There's a couple. Because apparently people have been happy. I shouldn't talk. I was having trouble getting onto my own system for a minute. But let's go next to, he used to be our penultimate closer, and now these days with people joining in late, he's our pivotal mid-closer. But anyway, let us, we still love his voice on here. Let's welcome up Mr. James Van. Waiting for this to say unmute, to say okay. Come on, unmute this, you mother. You're
Hello?
good. You're good, James.
Okay.
James
Okay.
Van Loy.
Okay, so this is one of my childhood memories here. It's called Grand Ledge, Michigan. I lived there from the time I was about 3 until I was about 8. You've been to Fantasyland, my cousin said when I told him I'd visited the ledges. I never even knew he'd seen their wonder too, but then it had been 40 years since I'd been back. I was afraid the size of my childhood memories would dwarf their present stony reality, but it turned out I'd forgotten the intertwined roots of the trees, clutching the sandstone layers of the ledges and the thrusting great trunks of life into the eye of the sky from rock below. The black scaffold of the train trestle still carried the tracks where legend had it. 3 kids got caught, and 1 jumped, 1 dangled from the square wooden ties, and 1 froze in fear to die under a freight train. And the caves, supposedly occupied by dwarfs who ate little boys for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, were as dark and obscure as they ever were. The depth of their shadows took me back more than half a century in time to a world in which ogres indeed ate children, and everything you really needed could be found in the few blocks of a small town downtown. How many times have I dreamed that I was returning to my hometown, Grand Ledge? In my dreams, I was always following that river, trying to reach the ballpark that was at the end of the path beneath the ledges. And there are the ledges now, every bit as high as I remembered, and threatening as always back then to topple down on our bare heads as we were inextricably pulled up them and back onto their crevices to find whatever it was that might be hidden there, or just to hide ourselves from each other. And out from their sandy, worn edges flows following streams of life, creeks of moisture that turn the path to rivulets as the land melts with the river. This place is the very image of creativity. Trees grow from rock, rock carves water, water flows from rock, rock becomes river, dark shadow envelops space, light filters through leaves, mystery in caves, river in cradle of stone, the whole place a womb where sun, earth, and water become the form of being. And I'll sing a song this time. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. The dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? And of course, that was written by the immortal E.Y. Harburg, and he really did mean it to be an international as well as a multi-ethnic, multiracial anthem. Thank you.
Wow.
James?
I think he can hear you, Carol. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just said I needed a copy of that poem that he read.
Oh, okay. I'll try to send that. I'll send you one, Carol.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Mary.
You're welcome.
I'm going to give everyone a break to think about whether or not they want to do a third round robin, or if they want to just have the poets who came late. You know, I just want to make sure everyone enjoys. I know a lot of people are late because we're having issues today with the Zoom.
With the Zoom.
So I'll take a second and a minute to read my Stone Soup Croutons poem from last week. If you haven't seen it yet, please do. If you've read it and like it, please like, share, like and subscribe, as the YouTubers say nowadays. The Stone Soup Croutons are the series of poems I write based on the Stone Soup Poetry Open Mic. I can't wait. Not only am I going to be addressing Black Lives Matter this week, I'm going to have to put something in there about evil twins. For those who don't know, for those who came late and don't know what I'm talking about, see the YouTube video tomorrow. He's making this series interesting and watchable. I mean, as far as YouTube goes, you don't just it's not just a listening experience; it's multimedia now, which means I'm going to have to do something about this background. If I go visit my mom and keep 12 feet away from her, I might see if I can take a picture of me at the podium, or have the podium be in the garage and just like have that be the background. But well, that's a thought for later. For now, here's this past week's Stone Soup Crouton poem called Commencement. I tell you, children, today, you are wiser, remember more than your home country. This is why you are tried as adults the very moment you step outside. Don't advertise yourself openly, they tell you. That's the government's job. It's mandatory you subscribe to the hometown paper that roots for the gentry. The only normal you are allowed to go by is based on what you were never told. Your life is a garden, tended, waiting on the hawks to swoop down on what you've grown. You'll wish for a patch of sand where nothing gets big enough to be noticed. Only betrayers sprout from barren ground, unfurl towards you, festive weeds. They'll falsify your own life on the pages of your flesh, lie in front of your casket. Those that want you pushed below the waterline are not your friends. The boot heel you keep holding up since junior high doesn't know your name. The little things mean a lot, but keep you in your place. Ask yourself this: can you live in your skin for a week? You'll do better than most in prison. If you're walking in the desert and then there's a turtle in the sand, leave it. It's a sci-fi reference meant to distract you online. If there's a hippopotamus, please call the police. Thanks for that line, Bill. Confused already? Just wake up and walk away from where you are. You don't have to be trapped in a convent to be willingly unhappy. The ghosts that haunt you don't have to be anyone you know or like. They need you now to save society and Earth, but do it on your time. They brought it on themselves to wait until you came on to wipe the roaches off. Find holy moments in dead air while your parents on the phone suck in disappointment. Our cruelest rules are unwritten, only seen after the regime shines its light on your face. And with that, I'm going to, oops. Give me one moment. There we go. We're going to.
Excuse me a moment.
Excuse me, who said that?
I'll be right back.
Oh. Okay, we'll be right back after this, guys. Commercial break.
No.
Okay, so you can hear us, though. Fuck it, we're gonna keep on going. All right, let's go to next person. The first of the people to come in technically and actually stay on. Mary was like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Thankfully she came, but unfortunately she came dead last. The person who was able to come on and stay on first is next. I hope his wife joins us. Let's welcome up. After I do the obligatory unmuting, muting, whatever. I wish this was a little easier way to do this. Here we go. Or rather, I wish I did it and actually registered the unmute, where I didn't have to wait 75 seconds for it to register that it's in fact unmuted. Okay, Mr. Eric Tate, welcome back.
Hi. Thanks for having me. I'm not sure if it's been said or not already since I got here late, but I'd like to recognize today as being the birthday of one of my favorite poets, Allen Ginsberg, who would have been 94 today. This actually, the Monday after Ginsberg died in 1997 was the first time that I ever attended Stone Soup.
Oh.
The first poem I'll read is called In the Kennel. In the kennel where mom stays, sheltered in place, we talk to each other on speakerphone from opposite sides of the glass door. And when she brings her fingers close, I notice brown stains under her nails. There's a nasty gash on the back of mom's left hand today, already in the doghouse with the aide who's within earshot. Mom reluctantly tells me she received the wound being transferred from bed to chair when she was lifted by her hands instead of underneath the arms, as is convention. Grooming leaves a lot to be desired, though they want her to look presentable, so mom's had her first bath in a week. My sister tells me to desensitize myself to the situation, so I try to imagine the nursing facility as a boarding place for dogs. But even that doesn't help me to feel any better, because knowing what I do of the negligence of this place, I wouldn't want to leave a prized family pet here either. And the second one I'll read is one about everything that's been going on these past few weeks. And I was just thinking about how everybody, so many people are paying attention to the looting that's going on, and it just the looting seems to be more important than the actual life loss. Don't look, little one. You don't need to see something so scary. Don't look. The police have gone home. Your city has burned, and we stand among the ashes, all because a man couldn't die quietly. But don't worry, little one. I'll carry you in my arms above it, so you won't have to dirty your white shoes from the rubble in the bloodstained streets. I'm telling you, child, whatever you do, don't look. Thank you.
Hope it can be that.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you.
That was great. And we're going to bring it to the next person on the open mic, the last of us to join, because she had the most of the problems with her software. And oh wait, actually, there's one more. There's actually two more. So I'm going to bring it to this gentleman coming up, Mr. Gentleman Galt. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I am. Now I can read two?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. This next one is about war crimes trials, and I thought it was kind of relevant given that we're just about to try two officers, actually four officers for abuse of arrest, so this might be relevant. It's called Justice Served. In the courtroom, the old man sat in a wheelchair, breathing through a nasal tube, listening to the judge read a 21-page warrant charging him as being an accomplice in the murder of 29,000 people 66 years earlier. There are those who believe the man is too old to stand trial for atrocities committed so long ago. Why wasn't he brought to justice earlier? They asked. The prosecutor said the rule of law must prevail, but the number of years gone by must not determine whether justice is done. The blood of those thousands cries out for justice. We must demonstrate to those who commit such crimes they will not walk away. But from across the room, one can discern, albeit barely, a smile comes across the old man's face. He knows that he has gotten to walk away. That's Justice Served. And this next one is called Staying Behind. Somewhere there is a classroom. There are around 20 or so desks for the children. A large desk is up front for the teacher, but there are only two people there now. A girl is sitting at her desk working on arithmetic problems. Nearby is a teacher's aide to watch over her while the class is away. She will take her to the cafeteria for lunch, then the library. For recess, she will play with the kids from the next class who are in attendance for that day. They will go on the field trips tomorrow, or they went yesterday. She will not go at all. She will be taken to stay at her desk until she completes the sheet. Okay, and that was Staying Behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ed. And up next, I think this might be the last person, unless anyone's interested in doing a third round robin. Oh, all right, shaking hands. Okay, let us welcome up Mary Jennings.
Hello. Hi. Okay, I've got a new one, which I've taken the toll of this poem, which is based on an old Twilight Zone episode, and I've taken the plot of that episode and morphed it with, with what's happening today. The title of the poem and the episode it's called One More Pallbearer. The murder trumpet blares out only one note. Me, me, me. He has blood on his hands, but he sees them as clean and pure. Small of mind and heart, not a lick of blame will stick to him, cannot keep him from bleeding the world dry to build a monument dedicated to his abysmal view of his own glory. Many a peon has tried to bring him to accountability, but he just laughs and scoffs. When righteousness had prevailed, he demanded payback for his name sullied, scathed, scorned. Rich enough to buy a Holocaust or the illusion of one, he will exact retribution from his so-called superiors to whom he had been subordinate to. You see, subordination was never his style, nor was it in his nature to say, pretty please with sugar on it, whenever he wanted something. The murder trumpet will blow on the judgment day he created. It's whirled by the balls time, his favorite piece of fear porn. He has it all and they want it from him. A safe space, personal protective equipment, reprieve from death, eternal salvation. It's as easy as yes, if they know how to say it. And he wants to hear it now. Say you are sorry for uttering the truth about his lack of remorse, scorn for humanity, self-preening, self-entitlement, land raiding, pocket picking, bum rolling, pussy grabbing, slut shaming, race baiting, paranoia, blackmailing, body and soul murdering, and poor me, who never got past the humiliation when he got called out on the carpet. But he never saw anything so unmovable, honorable, at the prospect of an apocalypse. No groveling, no trembling. They stand by their word. There are better places to be at the end of the world, but not here, not with him. Better to cut out your tongue than to offer him an apology he does not deserve, nor a hosanna he never earned. The murder trumpet hears the sounds of his own horns going off, unceasing, as the Holocaust he bought closes in on him, putting him in touch with the death he shielded himself from in his gold-encrusted bubble. He got what he finally wanted, the whole world as dust beneath his feet, but no one to give him fanfare or a bite to eat. Poor me. Is there anybody out there? Thank you.
Very nice. And
That was epic, Mary.
I don't even need to add and tell us how you really feel joke, how sarcasm, it doesn't deserve it. So that was great. And thank you for reading it. Thank you all for coming tonight. I know it wasn't quite slapped together, but I didn't have a lot of time to promote it this week. All I can ask is that you check out my Facebook page. Check out we'll be putting out the newsletter late. That's another reason why probably couple less people showed up. The newsletter was not able to run today. For those who came in late, I did on Oddball Magazine. We focused on Black Lives Matter throughout this week, and we'll have even more special material from Liza Zayas and other people as the week progresses. The link is oddballmagazine.com, and you can just scroll down. We participated in Blackout Tuesday. We debuted a lot of old and returning voices, Black writers. And if you go onto my Facebook later on today, or later on tonight, there'll be you'll have to make yourself a snack and get yourself a tall drink, because probably my 22-page eraser poem based on Trump's South Carolina speech, the last one he gave, where he called the virus a hoax and was talking about getting everyone healed before the end of the month, everyone going down to zero. When you erase certain words, it becomes very illuminating. So this is an erasure poem based on an 1.5-hour speech, and it's called Rough Beast Born. And it's got so many parables and so many things going on. And, oh, Bill, look out behind you. Evil twin. Anyway, that's been going on all night. Anyway, so if you can check that out, like and share, I'd appreciate that as well. There's a lot I'm working on. There's a lot more I continue to work on. And hopefully we'll have some great announcements to make for next week. So I hope Carol's okay. They might be giving her a sponge bath. I think she just got hit with cold water. I don't know.
Oh dear.
But I don't know. But Carol, I hope you're okay. Carol, thank you for coming tonight. Nancy, thank you for coming tonight on both of you on the phone.
Thank you.
Hopefully there'll be more phone friends coming. David Agee and I think Martha Boss want to make it in. So again, thank you very much for coming tonight, and thank you for your patience and us getting started. And we will see you. Have a good night, everyone. Wave for the camera. Come on, group wave.
Bye, Chad. Bye, everybody.
And James and Ed have no hands. Okay. And good night.
Night.